Irashaimase! Nefikete yokozo. Welcome, minasan, everyone. We're really glad that you can join us today. Today's video is one of the ones that absolutely melts my heart, just like Scarlet the Kitty, for some of you who remember that video. This story is absolutely precious. Yes, just like you are. So today I want to talk about the story of Bob. There is a street cat named Bob. And this story is so precious that I've been in tears since I've heard about it. So it's a true story. And it's based, yeah, there's a little wink. And it's based from the life of a man named James Bowen, who was homeless. He was a busker and a recovering drug addict who was homeless at the point that he met a precious orange kitty, a striped ginger kitty that looked so much like my family's old cat Ginger Snap. It's not even funny, it's just amazing. Well, this kitty was a stray, and James, at the time he met him, was also homeless. Bob the kitty was actually injured, and he just kept coming back, and he just kept by his side. He realized that he was injured after several days and then ended up taking him to a vet. He had tried to let him go back out, but the kitty just followed him everywhere he went, even onto the bus, and it absolutely transformed his life. It inspired him to go the rest of the way in through recovery and to change his life. He had said that Bob gave him a reason to live. It gave him a motivation to change and to do things that brought both of them a better future. Yes, and a better present. This is so very heartwarming. This all happened in England. He had been on the street for a few years. He had had a life that reminds me something of my childhood, where he had moved every year. And because of that, he had kind of had a hard time fitting into school. And gosh, I remember feeling those ways with some of the schools that we had went to all across America. In our cases, my sister Michelle and I, our family has settled down, of course, in California in the years since. I turned 15 when we were first moving to California, and at first we were still moving every year. This happened in James' life too. And so he decided to take the kitty in. He named him Bob, and he absolutely turned his life around. I think that James knew how Bob felt because James had been homeless, Bob was stray and had been injured. It is so precious how a kitty can transform a person's life like that. James had said that their life together was so miraculous, it gave them a sense of purpose and direction. And because of Bob existing in his life, he's met thousands of people and has touched millions of lives. Oh, it is so heartwarming. It changed him so much that nowadays he spends his time helping charities. He's an author, a busker, and a musician as well. It is so precious how Bob had followed him absolutely everywhere, and he realized that he should take him in and that nobody was there looking after the kitty. And I think it related to how he felt, having not been looked after himself and having been somebody who moved every year and who had trouble with having friends and so forth. The kitty lived until 2020. He lived to be 14 years old. And his story is so moving and so heartwarming that there's been a movie made after him called A Street Cat Named Bob. And James actually played his own role. He played the part of himself in that movie. I find it just extremely inspirational, and I really recommend it for those of you who'd like to see this and see how a cat has changed someone's life. There's also been a book that was written after him too, and I think it is very, very, very meaningful. It is so very heartwarming to see how a stray cat can make the difference in someone's life. You guys, we've had several stories in this series, famous cats in history, that have involved stray cats. And just as I said a couple of videos ago, I remind all of you to consider them too. Don't just write them off and think that they're a loss to the world. Sometimes people treat homeless people like that too. They are not. They can be very, very, very well healed and loved. And that precious kitty transformed James's life and gave him direction, got him to move forward, and brought wonderfulness that never would have existed without him. And I want to say the same of myself right now. Having Nephi Cat has brought me onto YouTube and has helped me meet so many wonderful people. I have met some of you. You guys live all over the world, from Nihon, Japan, to Korea, to Colombia, to India, to Cambodia, America, and even in India. Each and every one of you just means the world to me. I want you to know that, and I really appreciate that you're following this series and that you're watching this kitty's videos. But this little darling, and look how playful he is, has made such a difference in my life. And I'm really happy that he's making a difference in some of your lives. I've had several of you writing saying how he's helping heal you. And that means the world to me. As a person who knows what it's like to need healing, I very much cherish when myself or when he, this little darling, brings healing into the world, into others' lives too, just like Bob did. Yes, so many precious kitties, from the kitty called Roommate to Scarlet who saved her babies, so many precious kitties. Even to, I mentioned them yesterday, to our family cats. They were being abandoned and would have died without us. Nabisco, Ginger Snap, and Oreo, they helped grow love in my family's hearts for cats. And two that I have to mention are Pepper and Frisky, two precious childhood kitties that I cherish very much. Pepper, I got to grow so close to her, and she introduced me to the love and to the wonderfulness and the sweetness of a cat. Yes, I appreciate these little guys so much now because of ones like her. The world deserves to know about these darlings, and the world deserves to know all of the goodness that they have contributed. Yes, all of the lives that these sweethearts have transformed. Absolutely so. Well, thank you all so very much for watching this video today. We're very happy to have you. If you like the content of our videos, don't forget to tick those paws and paw that like button. You can paw the subscription button and you can paw the notification bells so that you can see all of Nephi Cat's videos. Well, thank you all so very much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.